Hi, everybody. All right, I'm on to part two on this conversation of where is hell located. We're talking about what is hell, how do you manifest hell, what does hell look like in the spirit realm, is hell real, that sort of thing. Can you go to hell after you die, that sort of thing. So you should really watch part one. We explore hell as a manifested experience in the physical realm. And if it is manifested in the physical realm, therefore it is also duplicated on every single level. Every energetic frequency now possesses a frequency of hell. So we get to experience the frequency of hell physically manifested because we choose to manifest things here. We manifest depression, we manifest joy, we manifest our experiences. We manifest them for everybody because we're a collective conscious of a human race, a collective consciousness. Just because we're individual souls experiencing an individual lifetime, we are working together. Believe it or not, we are working together to manifest the oneness, the one experience we all get to rejoice in. So you have suffering in every single country across the globe. We are manifesting hell here on earth. Now, when we die in states of hell, we actually fragment into states of hell. We actually do. So I want to pause because they're all different frequency. Every soul experience, every lifetime experience is entirely new frequency, entirely new version of an experience. So how souls move into the other side is entirely based on that unique experience. Not every soul just goes straight into heaven. Some souls go into other places where it's like a contemplative role, like a contemplative space, a space that's neutral, a space that isn't exactly pure and infinite light, and it's not exactly evil or dark. But some souls want to continue walking through the dark. Some souls want to continue to be reflections of dark when they incarnate. They want to continue to be reflections of chaos when they incarnate. And then when they die, they want to continue to be reflections of chaos. So they continue to die and incarnate and die and incarnate and die and incarnate forever until they decide they no longer want to be a soul in the dark, be the reflection of the dark side of themselves. They want to move into the light side of themselves. So how many different versions of hell are there? Infinite numbers of versions of hell. Even one single soul can have fragmented pieces off in hell spaces over the course of thousands of lifetimes. But what is a hell space? It's a personal nightmare. It's your own mental nightmare. It's an energetic frequency nightmare that you endure as a human being, and it remains with you when you fragment off when you die. And so part of your soul remains enduring the same nightmare until through incarnations it can overcome and be set free from that hell space. So what manifests a hell space? Tell me, what is the worst experience you've ever had in your life? Where it could be you were raped, you were abused, you were, it could be anything. Those experiences traumatize the soul. Those experiences traumatize the soul. Souls can even break off into those experiences and remain being raped and abused for thousands and thousands of years, until the soul can enter into a lifetime where it can face the abuser on another level and work through those learning experiences. And so the abuser can transform, or that soul can become empowered and now set that soul fragment free. That's why we have challenges, because we have soul fragments still stuck in broken record experiences from other lifetimes where we're still working through the learning. And those broken record spaces are hell spaces. They look like hell spaces. Rotted out flesh, rotted out rooms, blood prisons, really sick and twisted baby sex spaces, all kinds of sick stuff, volcanic eruption spaces, people who are burning on the inside and turning into fire over and over and over again. Their souls are burning because they can't get control of their anger. And so they're in a state of a hell version of an infinite universe because they're choosing that for themselves. They're choosing it. And until they choose beyond it, to get beyond that hell version, that chaos space, that chaos frequency, the frequency of anger, or whatever it might be, the soul will remain enduring that. It is totally cut off from the light. It is totally cut off from love. But yet it still can access love because deep inside, even the most terrifying nightmare demons is love. Even in chaos is there love. because all things of love are transformed into chaos but never leave love, never fully leave love. All of our higher selves are reflections of pure and infinite love energy. So I'm going to stop there for a moment saying that. Okay? Because I have come across very specific souls where it felt like they were sort of manifested in chaos and will choose chaos. Even Spirit has told me some souls never leave chaos. Some souls will never go back to heaven or will never know what heaven is like because they choose their heaven to be the chaos energy. Chaos energy then is their version of heaven. It is their love. It is their joy. Some people really enjoy torturing, actually want to have a role where they are going to torture the flesh and bodies of human beings, and they delight in it. The soul then delights in sexually, blissfully, it rejoices in torturing other souls as its version of love. And that's what it chooses as its experience of love. As human beings, we don't relate to that. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't compute, but that's the truth. Souls are either balanced with chaos or they're balanced with love. And even souls that endure severe traumatizing experiences, they don't transform from those experiences. They feel in pain from them. They want to move on from them, but they don't know how to move on. They're trying to work through it. They're working with psychologists. They're working with doctors. They're really wanting to move on. So the soul is not being transformed into a reflection of blissful chaos. It is longing to be free of the chaos and be transformed into an angel again, so it can feel God's love again. It can feel that balanced love again. God's love is also chaos bliss because God is both chaos and love. God is both. God has to comprehend God. And how can God comprehend God without all the infinite souls, all the infinite reflections of God himself? I am God. You are God. We are all versions of God. We all are a part of God's heart. You understand that? You are a part of God's heart. So when you're in suffering, that means God's heart is also in suffering. We have to choose as a collective consciousness what we want to manifest here, what we want to endure here. Because souls right now are still able to fragment off into realms of hell because the reflection of the physical is still its own realm of hell. So souls are enduring their own versions of learning. They're actually learning about pain and suffering as a gift to help transcend them into an understanding, a more pronounced, a more extraordinary understanding of what love is. So how could you ever know what love is if you all you knew was love? How would you ever really know what love is until you didn't have love at all? And now all the love is extinguished from your life. Now you understand what it is to not have love. Now you long for love that much more. So the only way you can truly know and comprehend love is to have love extinguished from your life. Now you long for love. Now you start to understand what life is like without love. The human race has gone through thousands of years of learning, soul incarnations learning about what it is like to not have love. What it is like to fragment off into realms of self-torture and nightmares of their own kind. And there are demons that beget demons that beget demons that beget demons. And in the end, we choose love and we stand firm in love. If we want to manifest heaven on earth and souls that don't have to fragment off into learning hell versions of learning, that can continue to have fluid experiences of pure and infinite love, human beings have to choose that for ourselves. We have to choose that for each other. You can imagine how hard it is because so many souls have incarnated here and have endured hell on earth. And that hell on earth is... Hold on. Okay, my camera and voice were not matching up. So we have a lot of souls that have been incarnating here. And they're holding on to the baggage of really terrible lifetimes. And they are still working through letting go of self-punishment. Believe it or not, a lot of us are self-punishing and we don't even realize it. A lot of us are. Because a lot of us hunger for love, and then when love stares us right in the face, we run away from it because it's too much for us. We're not good enough for love. Or maybe I want something a little bit more exciting, and it turns out to just be more of the same challenging life experiences that have gotten you nowhere. Why do you keep choosing the same self-punishing experiences? Why can't you discover that you are so worthy and deserving of love, and love that nurtures you, love that heals you, love that promotes you, love that makes you feel alive, that supports you, that brings the best out of you? Sometimes we seem to be sniffing around for that kind of love, but we ended up choosing love that is still trying to work on itself as well. Relationships where two people are still out of balance with themselves and aren't really facing their shortcomings, aren't really working on themselves, and thus aren't exactly working on each other either. They just want to have a sexual relationship. They just want to have a partner that can be there for them, but they don't really want to help each other grow and develop. You see, this world, there's a lot we need to do to work on ourselves and each other. There's a lot of self-realization that needs to take place. So how, again, do we manifest heaven? How do we manifest spaces of heaven? We start being heaven to each other. We start being God's love. We start being love. We start being the angels that we are deep down inside. We don't choose hell anymore. We don't choose hell for our friends and families. We don't want them to go off to war to get their legs blown off and to see little children get blown up with bombs. And just because they're from a different country, people, the tyranny, the blood that's been spilt in war and negative energy that this earth has had to consume is devastating, and we should all feel sad about this. The earth is a space that possesses all the hell fragmented souls. So earth is a housing place for hell-based souls. So those energies are still frequencies alive here across the globe. And Mother Earth is ready to purge it. She's ready to purge all of the pain and suffering. She's ready for human beings to start opening their eyes to the reality that we are the choosers of our experience, of our hell or heaven-based experience. And you got to start choosing love every single time. And if you're struggling to choose love, then you need to stop what you're doing and you need to say, is this a reflection of what Buddha would want for me, or what Jesus would actually want for me? Is this a reflection of what Mother Teresa would want for me? Is this a reflection of what Archangel Michael would want for me? Or is this a reflection of me not being in balance with my heart or with my mind or with life itself and just feeling like I'm sucked under a rug and I'm lost? How do you find yourself again? How do you find your feet again? You stop and you take some time and you start thinking about what is heaven. Okay, I want to continue to try to work on being a reflection of what heaven is. I'm not going to talk back. I am going to be unconditionally loving. I'm going to be honoring and respectful of my neighbors. I'm going to do kind things for people because that's what angels would do. And I am choosing to be an angel today. I am choosing to be an angel for this world so this world can transition out of this hell reflection. A world bent on manifesting more hell for everybody. We don't have to be a part of that. We can choose heaven. We can choose heaven and we can manifest heaven on here as a collective consciousness. As 8 billion people choosing heaven for each other. How do we even begin? There's lots of helpers here. There's lots of angels. There's lots of archangels here. There are really amazing, beautiful, kind, and loving alien beings here. They're incredible, amazing, mind-blowing souls incarnate on this earth that are here, creating messages to remind people on how to become the angel that they are. Inspiring people to bring forward the true angel within them and to acknowledge that you are an angel. You are an angel sent by heaven to incarnate on earth to help souls get out of hell, to help release the souls in hell on earth, to help release them back into the light. If you feel like you're a soul in hell on earth, then you probably are. But that doesn't mean you have to stay that way. You can start to say, you know what, I've been feeling like a soul trapped in hell on earth, but you know what, I'm an angel and I am going to step into my role as an angel. I'm going to be that light and I'm going to start transforming the world today. And I'm going to be God's angel of light soldier for this world, and I'm going to support and love people. And I'm going to do things differently because I am an angel. And I came here to heal the world. I came here to heal humanity. I came here because I'm a big deal. I didn't come here so I can continue to say, I'm just going to just stay in on hell on earth and I'm just going to keep incarnating here and hoof. People get so upset about this, but nobody wants to change. Nobody wants to say, you know what, I'm not going to belittle myself. I'm not going to say that is my value, that I am just stuck here on earth and that I don't have the power to be the angel that I am. Everybody has the power to be the angel that they are. And you are called here to help humanity. You are called here to be a supportive love beacon for every single soul so we can purge the earth of all of these incarnations, because the incarnation cycle is getting to the end of its rope. And it is time for the manifestation of an abundant, love-based frequency all across the globe as the only truth for every single soul here. Don't you think everybody here deserves that? Or maybe some souls don't deserve that. Maybe some souls need to just stay in chaos where they belong. That's not what angels say. That's not what Jesus says. Jesus unconditionally loves every single soul, even terrorists. Jesus loves them because he knows those souls have not felt the breath of God's love for who knows how long, and they need to continuously be reminded of what true love feels like so we can bring all the souls back into heaven, all of them. We are the ones that can do this. We are the angels incarnate on earth. It is our job to be here for all the souls, to help all the souls, to help all the human beings. We've all been lost along the way. We've all screwed it up. We've all forgotten ourselves. But guess what? We haven't, because now we're starting to acknowledge we are the angels. It's time to clean it up. It's time to do it differently. Okay? All right. Well, I hope these 2 videos help create a new perspective on hell, a new perspective on soul fragmenting into places of hell, a new perspective on the earth cycle, the incarnation experience here, the reality of who and what we are as choosing to incarnate earth to be learners and teachers and discoverers of our true power, and to step forward as the Christ consciousness that we all possess, as the infinite God that we all are, as the true love that we all are for each other and ourselves. So that is the purpose of the videos. So I want to thank you for watching and exploring and learning with me and being a part of my life journey. And I wish all of you all the best.